The New York Giants signed troubled former Tennessee Titans offensive tackle Isaiah Wilson this week, first round pick in 2020, who played only one game for Tennessee. Giants are adding Wilson to their practice squad, and much of the media reaction to that has been negative. People talking about the Giants culture, the hypocritical nature of signing a troubled player like Wilson. When they've talked so much about establishing a certain type of culture under Joe Judge. Listen, my take on Wilson is this. This is a young man who obviously had some emotional or mental difficulties. There's a long list of things that led to his release from the Titans and his ultimate release, from the Miami Dolphins as well. Joe Judge said that everybody deserves a second chance. And listen, my take is this: the young man had some emotional difficulties. I get it. I think that many of us have gone through those in life. Uh, I have zero problem with the New York Giants, who desperately need offensive line help here, bringing in Isaiah Wilson, giving him a low risk spot on their practice squad, seeing if he can play right tackle or maybe move inside to guard and help this team. And if he shows any signs of instability, if he shows any signs of being a problem, you simply remove him from the practice squad. This is a no risk flyer. The Giants didn't give him some massive contract, immediately put him on the 53-man roster, make him a starter, any of that stuff. They brought him in because, to be honest with you, they need offensive line help in a major, major way at this point, with all of the injuries and retirements that they have gone through. Isaiah Wilson, although some people, thought that the Tennessee Titans had overdrafted Wilson by taking him 29th overall in the draft. Uh, Isaiah Wilson, right now, this week, is the most talented offensive lineman available. And the New York Giants have grabbed him to take a look at him. As I said, I have no problem with that, no issue whatsoever. It's a spot on the 16-man practice squad. They might look at him for a week and say, this kid doesn't have his stuff together, and send him on his way. It carries no real risk for the Giants, at all at this point. So I have no problem with that. I have no problem with them trying it. I mean, the problem is that they have to try it. The problem is that they've had difficulties at right tackle. The problem is that they've had injuries and retirements at the inside positions on their offensive line. That no team in the NFL would really be able to overcome. So they're in a situation where they're looking under every rock for offensive line help, and we'll see if Wilson can provide some. I have no problem with the Giants giving him a second chance. Just quick injury update: looks like the Giants will be without starting left guard Ben Bredesen, who has a hand injury, and wide receivers Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton, who both have hamstring injuries. None of those three players have practiced this week, and heading into Friday, that would seem to make it highly unlikely that any of those guys would be available. So the Giants will be even more shorthanded heading into New Orleans for a game where they are already 7.5-point underdogs. Our staff predictions for that game are already up at bigblueview.com, so please check those out. Check out all of our coverage at bigblueview.com. Check out our easy to follow, easy to read story stream for all of our coverage of the game, going forward all week long, all of our previews, all of our in-game coverage, all of our post-game coverage. You'll find it all there and all at bigblueview.com. My pick for the game, and listen, I'm 0-3 picking Giants games because I've been overly optimistic. I should have known. I knew in my head that they weren't really 100% ready against the Denver Broncos, and yet I picked them to win anyway. I picked them to beat Washington. because I couldn't fathom another 0-2 start. I picked them to beat Atlanta because, pardon me, I couldn't fathom that they would mess up the Eli Manning ceremony day, as the Giants retired Manning's jersey, entered him into the franchise's Ring of Honor. I couldn't imagine that they would do that, and yet they still managed to mess that up. So I'm 0-3. So when it comes to picking Giants games, don't take my word for anything, but I am picking the Giants to lose this game. If I'm making a straight up pick that the Giants will lose, that they'll fall to 0-4, that the misery is going to continue. If I was picking the game against the spread, I might pick the Giants to cover the spread because I think they'll play well enough to tease everybody. But my pick is that the Giants will fall to 0-4. But again, don't take my word for anything when it comes to picking Giants games, because I'm not good at that. And my 0-3 record picking Giants games this year, it tells you that much. So anyway, Giants fans, please remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel here. Check us out at bigblueview.com. Check us out on Instagram at big_blue_view. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. And Giants fans, thank you very, very much. And we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.